Hello, Natasha, the Jupiter Life fam. Hi, Jupiter Life fam. I'm just coming back today. Normally, I only do a one post today, but as I was watching the transits, I was realizing that, with the eclipses coming, I needed to be understood that, these types of transits happen every year. And there can be at least 3 to 4 eclipses a year, right? Sometimes it can be up to 7 eclipses a year. So, because I just received an email from someone talking about the transits and their, and the energy moving, and they can feel it now because they're aware, people are awakening to, the major changes that are happening here on planet Earth. And and I understand, I completely get it. Like when I first got into astrology myself, I was like, oh my God, this is going on, this is, nobody else knows, well, why are you not doing it? But it's not, it's having this knowledge is not the intent to put fear into you. Having this knowledge is for you to walk your north node, is for you to better your own life and for those around you. Once you better your life, then you can better others around you, whether you lead them to astrology or not, whether you lead them to tarot or not, whether you lead them to some type of spiritual divination tool or not, right? It's not about screaming fire. Okay, it's about you learning how to manage the energy shiftings of the divine in your life, right? It's about you knowing that because these eclipses are coming, how are you going to navigate with this energy, right? And how is it personally going to affect your fingerprint, your chart, your personal chart? How does these energies directly or indirectly affect you? Which they will, especially when you're aware. Especially when you're aware. So, I don't know. I just felt it necessary to come. And then, I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I'm going to pull a mindful message, just for... to relax your anxieties. I know the channel is growing. I appreciate you guys taking in the information that is given. Mercury retrograde is starting. The eclipse is going to be in the same week. Then we're going to have a full moon and all of that stuff. So when you are aware of the energy, it can be intense. I normally feel it weeks before it starts. And that's great for me because, in preparation to it, I can just start making necessary changes. There are certain times when I'll change phone. I never change business information, but I will change my personal phone number. I will, stay off social media for a certain amount of time. That's when I will probably... because I look at transits quarterly. Okay, so I'll prepare, like my next 2 quarters are prepared for, when the eclipses are coming, there's gonna be some more, Jupiter is gonna go back into Pisces closer towards the end of the year and things like that. And there's going to be some other planetary things that happen. Mercury goes retrograde, like every other month, 3 months or something like that. I don't know like the actual, but there's a rhythm to it. Okay. To certain planetary things that happen. Some things have a rhythm to them. Like, Mercury is going to go retrograde at least so many times a year. There's going to be about at least 3 eclipses throughout the year. There's always Learn the cycles of the moon, okay, because moons come in cycles, okay. You have your new moon, then normally a full moon, and then a new moon. So there's always a new moon every month. There's always a full moon every month. You know, they're in different signs, yes, but you know, and then pay attention to the season. We just left Taurus season, which is kind of like getting your house in order, saying what you want, what you don't want. Now Gemini season is going to have us weighing both sides of it, and it's going to be a lot of information. Some is going to be fact, some is going to be false in the middle of Mercury retrograde. Now I know that this is a lot, okay, and astrology is coming in to this knowledge can be heavy for some people who are trying to learn a different way of living, right? But look at it this way. Okay, look at it this way. You didn't know how to add till you went to school, right? You didn't know how to read till you went to school. This is processed over time. Your vocabulary got bigger as you went into higher grades. It's the same with learning astrological and astronomy type knowledge, trying to come into this knowledge and knowing things. It's the same thing. And most astrologers will tell you, start with your own chart. Learn the houses. Learn the functions of the houses. Learn all of, you know, your placements and things like that, what they mean. Start, like, you know, looking at videos in regards to your placements. You know, say you have a moon in Sagittarius, start looking at moon in Sagittarius videos. Say you have, or reading books in regards to astrology. There are astrology for beginner books everywhere. Books are sold, okay. This knowledge is not truly hidden, you know, and it is very accessible. So, you know, I just ask that you don't get caught into the rabbit hole, you know. Learn it to guide it through your own life. And I promise you it will be, nothing is easy, but your life will, things will make more sense. Why you date the type of people that you date, why you choose the type of careers that you choose, even if you choose not to have a career, why that is, you know, why you only had one child as opposed to 8 kids, or, you know, why you've never been married and you're like 62, and, you know, it will help you make sense of things like this. Why is everyone in your family this way, and you're the flower, and eccentric, and all of these things? Like, what is it special about you? Your birth chart will tell you these things, okay, and it will guide you into spaces and places that you want to be in regards to your deepest desires, okay. So, you know, I know that this information can, like I said, it can be overwhelming, especially if you're like, and especially if you're getting into it and a lot of things are already making sense to you. It will definitely have you stuck in a rabbit hole type sense vibe, as far as you thinking that you have to have all of the knowledge now, and you're gonna, you know, it's just like you're trying to lose some pounds, and you realize that, you know, you may have to, it may be bigger than just working out. You may have to get a nutritionist. You may have to do, you know, once you get into the vibe of wanting to eat better, eat healthier, alkaline versus vegan versus, you know, vegetarian, right? Because there is levels. Just like there's levels in life, there is levels to this life. So this is the divine telling you to get focused. To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. As you learn more, grow more, the things that you are focused on in your life, where you want to grow, where you want to enhance, where you want to make things better, where you want to get rid of things, or alter, not necessarily get rid of them, but do something better or do something less of. Whatever the choices are that you're making, get focused on those choices. Know where it is that you want to go. Know what it is that you want to do. I need to be here in 5 years. In 6 months, I need to be doing this, or at least in the beginning stages of a thing, and da 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 da, right? And what better way to help you do that than to journal, than to write it all down, make you a pros and cons list. These are steps that you can take in walking into that, in being a part of co-creating your life, okay? You may want to check out my podcast, links in the description box below, in regards to co-creating with God, in regards to your own life. Choices, decisions, visions, unlearning, relearning, all of these things are necessary in order to expand, grow, and be what it is that we truly desire to be. But a lot of people take, and this is why I always encourage people to get their birth chart done, because understanding yourself and how you operate, will help you in making the decisions that it is that you need to make. It'll help you stand firm in those decisions. Because a lot of us are concerned about, well, so-and-so is doing this, and well, my aunt always said, and, well, cousin TT always said, and, Margaret has never steered me wrong, but I really want an X, Y, and Z. This is what my channel is all about. Your North Node, you watching this. It's about your North Node walking, expanding in your Jupiter, in your knowledge, in your wisdom, in your financial status, in your relationship status, you as a parent or an aunt or an uncle or, a godparent, right? The examples that you're setting to formulate the generation that's behind you, as well as the things that you want, need, and desire for yourself. And knowing that you can truly have those things. We get stuck on a way something should happen as opposed to the actual fruition of a thing. Because if you had to get fired to start the business, you can't be mad at your job for firing you. File for the unemployment and keep moving along and start your business, right? If you wanted a new car and you got into an accident and walked away from it healthy, without any type of issues, then get the new car. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't get to choose the how. We just get to choose the destination. We just get to choose what it is that we actually want to see for ourselves. We get to choose that, but you don't get to choose the how. Okay? Because you can start a thing. I mean, look at how many people never go to college, but they get honorary degrees. And I mean, it's usually some celebrity attached to it. But my point is that they never stepped a foot on campus. Now they have doctorates and PhDs to go on and solidify them into greater, higher levels of success and what that means to them. Look how many people are on New York Times bestseller list for books that you would be like, but I don't get it, because you don't get to choose the how, right? If I say I want to write a book and I want to be on the New York Times bestseller list, you don't get to choose how you end up on the New York Times bestseller list. You just end up there. I'm going to be Beyonce's next dance captain. You don't get to choose the how. You just have to make sure that you are working out, dancing, have great work ethic, all of the things that is necessary to do that job, right? Socialize with those type of people. Work on aligning yourself to a thing is what you do. And then the universe takes care of the rest. God takes care of the rest. The divine, Confucius, whatever is your choice. Okay? Your connection to the supreme being in your life and your actions are what is going to get you to the destination that you desire. Don't let the eclipses are coming and Mercury retrograde and Pluto and Pisces and Cancer and Sagittarius get you riled up in the hoopla. Stay out of the loop of tarot where they're telling you somebody is always coming back from your past, baby. Mercury retrogrades 6, 7, 8 times throughout the year. There's always somebody coming back, okay? You are freaking unforgettable. They should come back, okay? That doesn't mean you stay in that because they come back. And I'm just going to close out by saying spells are temporary. Okay? Spells are temporary action. So, you do what you want with that information. I'm not a, nah, I ain't about that life. But we got it and protected over here. Please know it and know it. By more than just the energy of a crystal. Okay, my God loves me. The God, the living, breathing God within me loves me, protects me, and he does the same for you. Listen, get focused and stay focused and continue expanding in your Jupiter. And if you're on this channel, well, it'll soak in. Okay? Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Be blessed.